Alright, this is 2-3 notes is domain and range of discrete data. So new vocab. Domain. All domain is a set of x values. Range. All range is the y values. Next we have dependent variable. That's just the same thing as your y. It's equivalent to the y. And independent variable, which is equivalent to x. Okay, so now the next thing you need to know is discrete data. All discrete data is, it's a graph that consists of points that are not connected, like number 1 and number 2 in our examples. So here we go. Find the domain, range, dependent, independent variables from the following graph. Well, there's 1, 2 graphs, a table, 1, 2 graph, and a mapping. So here we go. Okay, first thing we're going to do is we always label our x and y axis. So this is going to be x, this is going to be y. X is always independent. And we'll write it out the first time, and then we'll abbreviate from here on out. Y is always dependent. So what that means is the y value always depends on the x value. All right, so domain. All domain are my x values. That's all it is. It's just your x values. So each point here has an x value. Okay, every point here has its x value. And the 4 is right there. So the x value for this first one would be, and I do fancy little bracket, I'm just going to go in order, -3. The next x value would be -2. The next one would be 1, and I only write it down one time, even though it repeats. And the last one would be a 4. Now range is a little bit different. Range are my y values. So here is a y value, here's my y value, here's my y value, here's my y value, and there's my y value. I just go up my y-axis and I look and see if I have a point on my lines going on my y-axis. So my range is going to go from bottom to top, -4, -2, 0, 3, and 5. Kind of confused? It's okay, we'll do another example here. Alright, so let's go ahead and look at number 2. Okay, same thing again. We're going to label our x and y axis. X is always independent. Y is always dependent. Okay, so first up, I'm going to do my domain. So I have here -3. And here I'm already on -2. Here's 1. There's 2 and 5. So I'm just going to write those numbers down. -3, -2, 1, 2, and 5. Right, and then for my y values, I always start from the bottom top. So I just kind of scan like -6 has nothing, -5, ding ding, 0, ding ding, 1. I have 2 of them, so ding ding, and then 4, another little ding. Okay, so now I'm going to put these in order from least to greatest. So -5, 0, 1, and 4. Again, if it repeats, you don't write it down twice, you only write it down one time. And these are lovely, and here's why, okay? First, we're going to label independent, dependent. X is always independent, Y is always dependent. And now the wonderful, wonderful thing of a table. Your domain is your set of x values. So bloop, bloop, there you go. Just do it in order from least to greatest, -2, 4, 7, and 8. Your range are the set of your y values. It's like right there. There's no math really involved. It's just writing it down again. I'm going to do it in order from least to greatest. So -6, -3, -1, and 9. Okay, here we go. Number 5. So again, independent, dependent. So x is always independent. Y is always dependent. Domain. Okay, so for my domain, I'm going to look at my x values. So ding, 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 and now I put numbers with it. So domain, starting over here on the left side, -1, -2. So -2, then I have one -1, 0, 1, and 2. Okay, for my range, I always start from the bottom. So on the y, that's already on the y-axis. Y, y, and y. So those are my range. So I'm going to count that. That's what, -1, -2. So starting at the bottom, I have -2. And then I have one that's right there on 0. And then, or sorry, not 0, -1. -1. Going up my y-axis, nothing's on the 0. Then I have 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, number 6. Again, independent, dependent. So x is independent, y is dependent. Okay, domain, I start with my x value. So x-axis, I just go straight up or down from the x-axis and see if I have a point. So here for domain, I'm at, where's that, 0? So -1, -2. At -1, at +1, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and at 4. My range, again, start on my y-axis. All the way down here I have 1, y-axis, I'm scanning, nothing on the 0, nothing on the 1, nothing on 2, there's my 3, and there's my 4. So I have -1, -2, -2, -1, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Alright, and then mapping. Oh, how I love mapping. Here's why. Okay, again, domain is x, range is y. Domain is x, which is independent. Range is y, which is dependent. Here's the lovely thing about mapping. Not only do they give you all the x values, but they're already in order. Yep, that's right. They're already in order. Look how lovely that is. If you can copy, good job, because you can get these right. Okay, and my range. So here we go. Range is just 1, 6, and 9. Very good. That's it. All right, so that's super easy. If you get a mapping one, okay, you're really lucky because those are easy. Last, we only have one more problem. The points on this graph represent a relation. Don't forget, relation is just a set of ordered pairs. What are the domain and range of the relation? Okay, so again, I'm going to go ahead and look at my domain. So domain, that'd be -3. So -3, yep, there we go. 1, so -3, 1. So I have no 0 here, so A is out. Okay, after 1, I have ding ding 4. Okay, so far so good. And then the last one is right here at 6. 6, okay, we're so far so good. Now, this one repeats B repeats 1 twice. I don't know why. That's a wrong answer. All right, now we're down to the range. So range, I go bottom to top. So bottom, boom, -3, -3, we're good. 0 is the next one, we're good. Okay, so -3, -3, 0, 0, good so far. And then we have 5. But remember, even when there's 2 5s, you only write it down 1 time. Because mathematicians are lazy and we don't want to write anything more than once. So, boop, boop, that's the part's wrong. So C is all wrong. D is the correct answer. And yeah, that is it. So those are your 2-3 notes.